Hello, I see somebody just joined. I can't see who it is, but hey there, welcome. Sniffing me. Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and get started. This is day 4 of 46 days of 46. I decided I would do it a little earlier tonight so I could go ahead and get it out of the way before late. Yeah, day 4. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around having signed myself up for this. But it's been good. I can already tell that it's gonna help me with consistency. So last night was my 46th. Well, my birthday was on January 1st, and I celebrated last night at Millhouse Kitchen and Bar with friends and family. I'm super thankful to Mike and the staff over at Millhouse for always accommodating when I reach out. So thank you so much again to Millhouse Kitchen and Bar for accommodating us last night. We had an amazing time. I guess what I always like to say is that, you know, things happen sometimes and people can't make it and all that stuff, which is understandable. It's happened to me too on more than one occasion. But, you know, everybody who needed to be in the room was in the room last night. A good time was had. Hey, Chantrell, missed you last night, but, you know, I know how it is. You are busy. So I completely understand. But, yeah, a good time was had last night. Super thankful to everybody who was able to come out and attend and celebrate with us. It was just a good time. I don't even know what else to say about it. It was actually better than I expected. I didn't really have expectations. I was just excited about celebrating again this year with friends and family because it was so much fun. When I decided to do it last year for 45, because I hadn't really had an official, I had done stuff for my birthday, but I hadn't really had an official celebration as an adult. So, and 45 was a milestone. And then this year, I was like, well, every year is a milestone. So let me do it again. The all black was fun. Everybody enjoyed it last year. So decided to run it back again this year. Hey lady, how are you? So it was a good time. And then the other thing is that it was a perfect opportunity for me to see what the atmosphere would be like to, you know, get a group of people together on a Friday evening to have fun, to have drinks, to network. Because if you've been following, hey Sherry, if you've been following, then you know that, because I've talked about it a lot over the last few days, that the vision for the Turning Point Tribune is really about it's about content that empowers, uplifts, and supports. It's also about getting back to so much of what I loved growing up, particularly in the 90s. I was born in 79, but the 90s is really when I was old enough to really, you know, pay attention and observe the things that my parents and their friends in that generation was doing back then. But I loved it, and I don't think I realized how much I loved it until recently, the last couple of years, and especially as I started thinking about the mission for the Turning Point Tribune, which is really just to get back to the publications that I loved, which were, you know, like I said last night, Upscale Magazine, Hype Hair Magazine, Black Hair Sophisticates, Vibe magazine. Sorry, y'all, I got a guest. So it was really to get back to that, but then the other part of it was also to support small businesses and really get back to just in-person networking, even more so now that we're, I think, on the other side of the pandemic, and life was just all about Zoom because we didn't have a choice. I mean, our family get-togethers were on Zoom, work stuff, just everything was on Zoom, and it definitely served a purpose, and it does now, even when it's necessary, but it's just not the same as in-person connection. So the other part of the Turning Point Tribune's mission is, hey, Christina, is to, I'm here, girl, I'm here. So the other part of the mission is to really get back to in-person relationships, in-person networking, especially among small business owners or those who are thinking about becoming entrepreneurs or just want to be in the room with other entrepreneurs. So last night was kind of a test run into that. And I was also excited to have Representative Smyrie, Lily. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. The dog is in here and just found something he wasn't supposed to have. Can you get those pencils, please? It was really to get back to in-person networking. So in the first form of that, let me go back, is Turning Point Tuesdays. We start those back this coming Tuesday, January 7th, with Cedric Torbert to talk about taxes. Sorry, y'all. And then we've got Ebony Phillips from Taylor Funeral Home. Alicia Miles, who is amazing, is going to be talking about things you can do to help with your brand. And Yasmin, who will be talking about giving an empowering talk on self-love and things like that for entrepreneurs. So super excited about Turning Point Tuesday. It's completely free. We just ask that you come out 6 to 8 every Tuesday and enjoy that time with us. Lots of great connections have been formed already just as a result of a variety of people, like a group of people you might not otherwise be in the same room with, just coming together to listen to someone, give a talk that we can all benefit from, and then for everybody to have an opportunity to talk about their own business and what it is that they do. And what we're excited to get started with coming up is also to do a couple of hot seats each night to give a business owner a chance to give their pitch and for folks to ask questions and for them to ask questions and really just, help them out if they've got something they're stuck on and things like that. But the other thing that I'm also super excited about, and Representative Smyrie was there last night to talk about it a little bit. Well, he was there to attend, but I also asked him to talk about it when I thought about it because, and it's always great to celebrate with him because he's been an integral part of our family since as far back as I can remember. Like he said last night, since I was a very little girl, probably 5 or 6 years old. But he was one of those people that I watched, he and my dad come through the ranks at CB&T and just do all the things with, networking and servant leadership and serving the community. And what I remember though was businesses in the 90s, there wasn't like Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and all those things that we have now to promote our businesses. There were just people and connections. So if you weren't, in the rooms you needed to be in, then you just didn't get those connections. So I remember, my parents going to Ben's after work and the weekends going to, F&W and then all the work receptions and the partying that they did too, because, my mama don't really do that anymore, but I remember when they were my age and they were getting it in. But I also watched the relationships that formed as a result of that, and those relationships that existed throughout their life, and relationships now that, even though my dad is no longer here, relationships that still exist and that I've still been able to, you know, maintain and that are still doing well. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And so with that, what the other part of what the Turning Point looks to do and bring back is a monthly First Friday networking event. So I'm super excited about that. And so our first one will be on February 7th. I'm gonna turn the camera around next time. So our first one will be on February 7th, 2025, starting at 6 p.m. First Friday networking event. So get your business cards together. If you got a digital one, that's great. We really like your traditional business card because it's gonna be old school. We're gonna put them in the jar, the fish bowl or whatever, like it used to be back in the day, and pull some out for door prizes and things like that. So super excited about that. The venue will be Noir Studios down on Broadway, and I'm super, super thankful to Fred Hill for being willing to support this endeavor. I actually first reached out to him about it, I don't know, several months ago, probably earlier in the fall, and we, you know, talked through it a few times, and so I'm again super, super thankful to him for saying yes to this new venture, and excited to collaborate with him on that, and to, of course, you know, support the work that he's doing, and to continue to bring awareness to the Turning Point Tribune and our mission of supporting small businesses. So super excited. Again, mark your calendars for Friday, February 7th, 2025 for the kickoff of our First Friday networking event at Noir Studios on Broadway. And again, a huge thank you to Fred Hill for being willing to open his doors for that project. I'm excited. So that's really all I have for day 4. Again, just thankful for the opportunity to celebrate last night with friends and family, and excited to see what's next. Also, though, one last thing before I hop off, printed business directory will also be available at First Friday. So the birthday bundle options are still available. I'll post that link again for those of you who want it. And if you've got questions or anything like that, feel free to let me know, or reach out to Tawana Moore, who is sales director for the Turning Point Tribune. So before I log off, are there any questions, comments? No? No? Okay. Well, if all hearts and minds are clear, I will log off. If you're coming back for the replay, then definitely put your questions in the comments and lock in the date, February 7th, 2025, 6 to 9 p.m., Noir Studios on Broadway. And a huge thank you again to Fred Hill for being willing to collaborate on our first Friday networking event.